watching the rhyme, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shits, subscribe,
Come on, all you millennials are the same. You know how to use technology, but you don't know how to make anything on your own. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Vintage Collection Captain America and Iron Man. If you're trying to pick these up, you can get them right now.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
So here's the last two figures from this Vintage Collection wave that I'm reviewing. Here's a Captain America comparison to the Marvel Superheroes figure, and then I think I do have this one somewhere. I just don't know exactly where. Hopefully I find it for a size comparison later on. And then here's a comparison with the Iron Man figure from the Marvel Superheroes, which I don't have. I know for sure I don't have that one. I gotta say my favorite Marvel Superheroes figure when I was a kid was Doc Ock. I remember my dad picking that up for me, and I had to wait around in an office somewhere for a while, and I had that Doc Ock and played with it on the glass and everything. I loved that figure. And I gotta say, there is a nostalgia spot quality to these, you know what I mean? I do like the card for them. I don't know if I think in the end if it's worth it or not. But anyway, for Captain America over here, it says shield in multiple languages, and then it says boot thrusters for Iron Man right there. Then on the very back, there's a read-up for Iron Man. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. And on the back over here, we have a read-up for Captain America. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. And there's the other figures from the wave. Anyway, let's get to it and crack these things open. And here's the Captain America and Iron Man figures out of the packaging. And like the other Vintage Collection figures, we're not seeing a whole lot of new over here. We do get some new boots right over there for Iron Man, which I really like a lot. And I really do like the deco on Cap. Now, the accessories are extremely familiar. As far as accessories go, there's nothing new over there. So let's get a closer look at the accessories that come with Cap, and then we'll get a closer look at Iron Man. How about the villain? Alright, so I like this effect, even though it's not my favorite. We saw this before with the Secret War Captain America, or that was a concept figure, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, but the shield looks good. Yeah, we've seen the shield many times before. I do like how the effect has this gradient from the clear all the way to this translucent red. Looks pretty nice. The hand looks pretty good. You could, of course, unpeg the shield from that, as you saw earlier. He had it attached to his hand. You could also port this into the back of the figure, you know, nothing new right over here. You could rotate that if you'd like, and again, just to demonstrate how to clip it on, just shift this like that, and then just port it right onto the wrist. And that's the only accessory he has aside from the other hand that you could just put right in there. I did try putting a Scarlet Spider hand because I noticed that the red matched perfectly, and I would like to have a fist on the right side over here, but this won't go in there nicely. So I think I have two Scarlet Spider-Mans. I'm not sure. I just want to shave down these pegs just a little bit to get it all the way into the hand. As you can see right here, it's not going all the way in there. So a little bit of customizing and effort, you know, it could make it work. Sweet, I did it. Yep, it worked out. I do have two Scarlet Spiders, so I didn't mind shaving this one down. I did make it a very snug fit because I didn't want to totally ruin it. You can see I just took an X-Acto knife right here to this rounded part right over there in the peg, and it still takes a bit of force to put it in here, but I do like the figure a whole lot more with him having a fist. So that just irritated me with the other version of the Captain America, and yeah, that makes me really happy. I like that. This one's for Hitler. If you already didn't know this about me, my favorite color is blue, and I love the blue on this figure. Even though this isn't my favorite type of blue, I do prefer royal blue, but I do like this blue a lot. It just looks great, man. It's appealing to the eyes. And then here's a comparison to the Onslaught Wave Captain America that this has been retooled from. So you can see similarities, very, very similar. No mesh over here, and we get the deco mesh right there. It's not sculpted, just deco. A little bit sloppy with, you know, something going on with the star right over there. And you can see that not all of the paint got in there, but it's not terrible. A little extra white paint over there bothers me. And I feel myself being especially particular with the paint over here because that's like the newest thing with this figure is the paint apps. So if there's anything wrong with the paint apps, it frustrates me, especially more with this figure over here. But I gotta say, I'm pleased with it. I like how this looks. This is a very good looking Captain America. This may be my favorite Hasbro Captain America figure. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to come back to you on that to be 100% certain. You can see a little bit of blue mixed in right over there, or seeping through right there with the seams. The belt looks pretty good. The gloves, again, I like this color red. We already talked about that a little bit. And looking on the back, the star looks pretty clean on there. and the white looks alright. And then the cap butt, serial number, and then the legs look solid, no shading or anything like that. The boots look really good as well. So yeah, nothing really new over here. I'm going to skip the articulation on this guy because I've reviewed this figure before, but I did mention in the review of the Onslaught Wave cap, you could see how chewed up this has gotten from me moving the shoulders outward. So I'm moving the shoulder outward over there that far. And on this guy, I've really tried not to push it because, again, I'm very particular with the paint over here, but it's moving, I don't know, see, it looks like I'm not pushing it as much as I am. Oh, no, about the same. So you can get about the same amount of motion right over there without this getting all chewed up, right? So I'm pretty stoked about that, actually. Not thrilled. Oh, I'm pushing it even more, ruining my own figure over here. Yeah, and then it looks like it's starting to chew up, but not as bad as the other one. So this has been improved upon. Ding. It looks like a couple of nipples, right? Anyway, these things are awesome. I really like these flame effects a lot. We've seen these effects before. You can see the blue versions right over here. So we've seen these plenty of times. I like how it fades from the orange to the yellow, and it's made out of a soft pliable material. Unfortunately, you cannot plug this into Iron Man's hand. It does not fit into there. You can only plug it into the bottom of his feet, and it's a fairly snug fit, so that works out pretty well. You can get him into some flying poses. And here's a closer look at the Iron Man figure, and I think the paint apps came out pretty clean. Again, we've seen this sculpt before, the Epic Heroes Iron Man, and I gotta say though, I think I like the paint apps on this one a little bit more, but this is fairly more consistent. You see the shoulder pads match over here, but this guy has a much more glossier metallic red on the chest, so yeah, this one is more consistent, but I do like the gold and red on this portion of it. You can see how it's just brighter, so I dig that, but still I like how this one looks over here. It does not look bad at all, and you can see, yeah, just very little marbling in there. It's kind of faint, but it's there just a little bit, and looking at the arms, they look pretty clean, even though this one did just pop off on me. I was like, whoa, what the hell? I've never had that happen before, but yep, there's a first time for everything, I guess, you know. But yeah, looking at the legs, they look pretty good. I like how you can see the musculature. And then we get the new boots, and this is how I first was introduced to Iron Man. Either this or the Silver Centurion. It goes back a ways, but yeah, I remember seeing the Marvel Universe Series 1 trading card of this on the floor during daycare when I was in 4th grade, and I picked it up, and I was like, whoa, what? This looks awesome! Because I'm a big fan of the robots, in case you didn't already know that. But anyway, I thought he was like a robot man when I first saw him, which, you know, isn't totally off, but there's your boot comparison. So not too shabby. I do like both looks for these. I've had this guy on my Avengers display shelf, my main Avengers display shelf. I don't know if this guy's going to replace him, but anyway, I do like how the boots look, and they do have peg holes at the bottom of their feet. You can see a little bit of the propulsion right over there. That's cool. I'm going over the articulation with this Iron Man because this neoclassic figure came out 4 years ago. Was it 4 years ago? I think it was 2013, and we get some new pieces right over here. So anyway, you can move the head up just a little bit. It's just on a ball joint though, so he won't look up more than that, and it makes it tricky for flying poses. You can get him just looking down a tad, and then you get left and right movement, but it's always kind of swinging up just a little bit, like he's looking to the sky, and not much head pivot there. These shoulder pads will move up and down, and you can't, shoot, that's a little frustrating, man. You can get rotation, and on the shoulders moving all the way upward, and they will move down that much, and you can move them forward that far, and you can move them back quite a bit. You can get a bicep swivel in there. This is annoying, man. You get double jointed elbows that bend in that far. Of course, you could rotate this if it's not on the floor or something. You can move the wrists up and down, rotate them side to side, and we do have interchangeable hands from the 2-pack Iron Man from back in the day, so you can swap those out if you wish to do that with this one as well. He will crunch forward just a little bit that much and back that much, waist swivel. He does have the Y joints over here, which means that you can move them outward, but to move these legs forward, you have to rotate the ball joint that way. Ooh, that did not sound fun. And then twist the upper thigh joint like that, and now you can get him kicking forward. So of course you get that swivel on the thigh. You get double jointed knees over here, which look pretty good, and then you get rotation at the boot. I think these are brand new feet, man, but you know, I wish we got more articulation on them. You can move the feet down, they don't move up, you can rotate them side to side, and no ankle pivot at all. What the hell, Hasbro? It's been years since you've disappointed me. You know you gotta give it ankle pivot. Again, t-shirts available on ShartimusPrime.net. Now to measure out these two figures, you can see that the Iron Man is standing just at 6.5 inches tall, and Cap is standing just a little over 7 inches tall, and I don't really like that. I like Iron Man being just a little bit taller than Captain America, or at least at the same height anyway. And then here's a Captain America and Iron Man comparison, and you could see the two previous versions of the Iron Man and Cap, and then you can see some Toy Biz figures over here. I gotta say, my favorite Captain America figure in my Marvel Legends collection is still the Face-Off 2-pack Captain America right over there. This is not my favorite Iron Man in my collection, but I don't know, it's an Iron Man from the cartoon, and this kind of reminds me of that figure, so yeah, I just wanted to show all 6 of these. And then here's the Vintage Collection Marvel Superheroes Iron Man and Captain America compared to some actual Marvel Superheroes figures from my collection from way back in the day. And I shouldn't say these are from a collection because I wasn't collecting these. These were my actual toys as a kid. And man, my parents were awesome. It just reminds me of how awesome my parents were that they're able to buy us these toys and everything. I really loved this Hulk over here. You can see his arms still move up and down a little bit. And I really liked Daredevil a lot. And these aren't all of them. I have a couple other ones like Scorpion and Wolverine, even though Wolverine's not part of the superheroes. But yeah, a bunch of them were lost and damaged. I don't have that Doc Ock anymore. But yeah, you can see the colors anyway between Captain America right over here. It's fairly accurate to the Marvel Superheroes figure. And here's all 6 figures from this Vintage Collection wave with modifications done to the Black Widow, Wolverine, and Punisher. And I did rank these. I'm going to say at the very bottom, and this is kind of hard for me to say because he's my favorite superhero, goes to Spider-Man. Yeah, that's the one that I had to put at the bottom. He doesn't come with interchangeable hands. I mean, I do like the paint apps a little bit more, but these didn't really come out as good as I'd like them to. I mean, you could see that black line on his right side all the way from here, and that just, yeah, it's off-putting, especially because the newest thing about that is the paint apps, so that's frustrating. And next is Punisher, because they did give me some scuffage on the skull over there, so I'm not happy about that. You can see I added the holster right over there. And then next it goes to the Iron Man figure, because I do like this Iron Man, but it's not the greatest. I mean, look how short he is. I mean, he's even shorter than the Black Widow right over there. And then I'm giving it to Captain America, which I do like. I do like these top 3, so yeah, the Captain America does look very good. I'm going to take my Red Onslaught Wave cap and put that in the packaging and then, you know, leave this guy out. And then next I'm giving it to Black Widow because I do like how this Black Widow figure looks with that Jean Grey head sculpt. That makes me very happy. Unfortunately, you do have to buy another figure or another 2-pack to get this, but still, I mean, I already had it, so I'm very pleased with that. And then number 1 goes to the Wolverine. The Wolverine comes with interchangeable heads, which is awesome. It's something that I've been wanting for my current Marvel Legends for a while, and he just looks even more badass with those SDCC claws over there. But I'm curious to know what you guys think of this wave. Do you want to see more Vintage Collection figures? I sure as hell don't! And then here's both figures next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. And here's the Captain America with the Scarlet Spider fist on there, and we have the Iron Man back in the packaging, and then we have the Red Onslaught Wave Captain America replacing the Vintage Collection cap. And again, I'm not the biggest fan of this wave. I want to know what you guys think. Do you want to see more Vintage Collection figures? I really don't. And I did have Marvel Superheroes figures as a kid, and it's just the nostalgia factor. It doesn't do that much for me, even though I think this is cool. I did put them all back in the packaging, so I will have them hanging from a wall somewhere. The only one that won't be is the Black Widow figure, but we're getting that Black Widow figure again with the motorcycle, so one of those figures is going to go back in the packaging. I don't need that many Black Widows around. I'm probably not going to need that many Black Widows around in the display shelf. There's only so much space, man. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to give a big thanks to all these people over here that support this YouTube channel. I did buy these figures and I didn't really want them, but I did want to make the reviews for you guys. So I hope you guys appreciate them, and please support the channel, whether it's leaving a like button or leaving a comment down below or hitting that subscribe button. And if you want to hit that notification bell to ensure that my videos are showing up in your feed, please go ahead and do so. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, it'll be over at marvelousnews.com, and you can follow me on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links all in the description below. And before I leave here, I do want to say I did make a little mistake on repacking this guy. I just want to show this off really quick, because if you make the cut on the bottom of the packaging too far outward, it's going to start drooping over here and gravity is going to start working against you. So you want to make sure that you make the cut just a little bit further on the inside right over there, not all the way out over there. Just one little extra tip for you guys if you decide to pick these up and you want to repack them. Anyway, again, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
I'm gonna play with my toys today. I'm gonna play with my toys today. I'm gonna play with my toys today. Well, I don't care what the strangers say. I'm gonna play with my toys today.
That's crispy.
Hey, I'm ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face, I said my shot, your face, I said my shot.